Hi everybody, welcome. Thanks for tuning in again today. I hope you are all doing well, as always. I hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy and spending time with loved ones, in addition to adapting to this new way of life. I realize that it can be quite stressful for all of us, for my colleagues, for my friends, for my students, for anybody. We're adapting to so many different changes right now, all of these virtual changes. And sometimes when stress overwhelms us in various different ways in our lives, we tend to put ourselves to the side. I kind of think that that was our normal before we went on this quarantine. A lot of us put our own health in mind, body, and spirit to the side. That was on the back burner. And instead, we focused on everything else that the world wanted. We focused on doing our homework. We focused on making sure our job was getting done. We focused on being on time to every appointment or meeting we had to make. So I want to take the time just a second here to reiterate to all of you how important it is to continue to adapt to this change by not just learning how to virtually teach or virtually learn or virtually socialize with your friends and family, but also to make yourself a priority. We need to make ourselves priorities more, whether that's doing yoga, whether that's meditating, whether that's just going for a walk with your dog, or just reflecting on your day, writing journal entries each day, practicing gratitude every day. It's so crucial. And I really would love to see that become part of the new norm once we get back into the school year or the summer, or wherever it may take us next. I'd like to see that become part of the new norm. So that's why you're all here today, to give yourself some time to clear your mind, to find some space where you can just be at peace, and to give your body, of course, a little workout as well. We're not going to go through too strenuous of a flow today. Just going to open up those hamstrings, open up those legs a little bit. As always, modify it to your own body's needs. You can push yourself a little further in some areas, or you can take it back a notch. Whenever you need a break, go into child's pose, go into shavasana. Don't feel like you have to go through every single thing that we do here today. Listen to your body. We are all different. We wake up differently every single day, and we do different physical things every single day. So it's really crucial, as always, to pay attention to your body and do what your body needs. So with that said, we're going to start today kneeling on our knees at the back of our mats. I'm just going to face this way for right now so you all can see me. But you're on your knees. Bring your knees together to start and just sit down on the back of your heels. Now, if you really want, you can tuck those toes under and press your glutes into those heels so all your weight is leaning into those heels. This is going to be a little strenuous on the balls of your feet. It will really open them up. Even if you can only do it for 2 to 3 breaths, maybe try it and just deep breathe into it. If you don't feel like doing that part, then just untuck your toes, leave them flat, and kneel back onto your heels. Your palms can come to the tops of your thighs. Roll those shoulders back and down. Look straight ahead, so you're looking forward onto your mat, and you're just taking a few breaths here, tuning into yourself. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, and exhale it through your nose. Tuning into yourself. Where are you at today? Where are you at in this very moment right now? What do you want to get out of this practice today? What do you want to cultivate? Find an intention for yourself. An intention is not to be able to touch your toes. An intention is not to be able to accomplish any sort of goal. So whether it's to do crow pose, to do a perfect balancing pose today, that's not an intention. An intention is something that you want to cultivate within yourself. So maybe it's having a little less judgment towards yourself. Maybe it's having a little less judgment towards other people. Maybe it's to let something go, something that's been bothering you, that's been keeping stress and disappointment and frustration inside of you. Maybe it's to just accept the things we cannot control. Maybe it's to be a little kinder to others. Maybe it's to be be a little bit more focused. You can start by doing any of these things as you go through your practice today. So find an intention, bring it in through your nose on your inhale, and watch that intention travel down through your throat, through your chest, and right to your heart, where you're going to plant that seed and get that intention ready to grow. After your last exhale here, slowly open the eyes. And then you're going to inhale, lift on up. Arms raised above the head. Separate the knees a little bit here so that the knees are about 2 fist lengths apart and you're facing towards the front of your mat. Take a little baby back bend, dropping the head back, the arms back, extending that spine, and then come back to neutral. And then from here, we're going to bring our left hand to our hip. Right leg goes out to the side. Nice and long, extended. Flex that foot so the toes are coming back towards your face. And just take a little side stretch here, bringing that right hand to the inside of your shin. Left arm up towards the sky, looking over that left shoulder. And then reach that bicep across that left ear. So you're elongating that left side of the body. Breathe in, open it up, feel that fresh air. Create a little bit more flexibility in the left side of your body. And then inhale, lift back up. And switch sides. Left leg goes out, flex that foot. Right hand can start at the hip. Bring your left hand to the inside of the shin or the ankle, wherever you can reach. Right arm goes up. And then extend that right bicep over the right ear, opening up that right side of the body. Reaching, keeping that heart open towards the sky, twisting that right shoulder back behind you. And then inhale, come back up. Come back to kneeling position. Now you all are facing the front of your mat still. Bring both arms up, little back bend. You can go a little bit deeper this time. And then exhale, fall forward, find a tabletop position. Tabletop position, your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. From here, we're gonna tuck those toes under and we're just gonna immediately find our down dog. If you wanna take a few cat-cows, of course, go for it. It's your practice. Again, listen to your body. Otherwise, once you're in down dog, drop that head and chest back between your hands. Your toes are slightly pigeon-toed inwards and they're about hips width distance apart. Walk it out nice and slowly. Pressing through those palms. Maybe you shake your head yes, maybe you shake your head no. Feeling those hamstrings. Adjust yourself as you need to be. Feel those hamstrings open up, that lower back. And then from here, right leg lifted up. Rotate the ankle both ways. Open the hip, straighten the leg, just wake that right leg up. And then bring that right knee to your nose, squeeze, place it down in between your hands. Find that right angle with that right leg. Back leg is extended nice and long. And then from here, we're just gonna play with it. So shift it forward and backwards. Forward and backwards, sorry about that. Forward and backwards. You can go as fast or as slow as you need to. From here, step back into your high plank. First chaturanga of the day. Knees can be down or they can be lifted. Shift it forward, chaturanga down. Inhale right into up dog. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Remember, I'm talking through this so you don't hear my breath as much, but every cue I give, make sure you are moving to the rhythm of your breath. When you go to your down dog, you're exhaling it all out, letting it all out back behind you. Left leg lifted up. Rotate the ankle. Open the hip. Wake that left leg up. And then bring it forward. Knee to nose. place it down in between your hands. And then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just play with it, shifting it forward and back, finding a high runner's lunge, and then a head to knee pose. You can hold it in either position a little bit longer if that feels good to you. And then find your high runner's lunge. Palms come to the ground, step back into that high plank. This time we're just gonna go for 3 chaturanga push-ups down. Again, you can do this with your knees down. So you wanna make sure those wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Elbows are only bending to 90 degrees. So you're not coming all the way down to the ground. They're only bending to 90 degrees and you wanna squeeze those elbows into your rib cage. Don't let them come out wide. So elbows bend, chaturanga 1, lift back up. Lower for 2, lift back up. Lower for 3, lift back up. And chaturanga down right into your up dog. Shoulders back, get a nice little back bend in here. And then exhale, find your down dog, let it go. Walk it out. 3 breaths here. Inhale, come high on the tippy toes, soft bend in the knees, walk, step, or jump to a squatted position at the top of your mat. So heels can be lifted here, or you can have your heels flat on the ground. This is your choice. Whatever you do, press those knees back behind you. Not with your hands necessarily, but just press those back behind you so you feel that opening in your groin area, and bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Take a few breaths here. Maybe try closing your eyes. Notice if you wobble a little bit. Try to find your stability. Find your strength in that balancing pose. And we're gonna go into a little twist. So, just so you guys can see me, I'm gonna turn this way for now. You're gonna bring that right elbow to the inside of your right knee, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, left arm up. Looking over that left shoulder, up towards the left fingertips, opening that heart towards the sky. Maybe if you want to take a little bind, you bring that left hand back around to that right hip. Exhale, release the bind when you're ready. Come back to center. Right into the other side, left hand comes down, fingertips to the ground, palm faces forward. Inhale, right arm up. If you took a bind on the first side, try for one on this side. Bring that right hand back behind you, over to the left hip crease. Rotating that right shoulder back, reaching your heart open towards the sky, twisting, breathing every breath you take, elongating through that torso. Every exhale you take, looking over that right shoulder a little further. Inhale, release the bind. Exhale, come back to center. Hands to prayer at heart center. From here, slowly lift up, squeezing through your core. To control your body as you come up, toes face forward when you get to the top. Inhale, your arms up. And then from here, you're gonna turn your palms to face towards the outside. Bring your hands back down behind you, grip your fingers together. And then you're going to roll the shoulders back and down. Feet are about hips width apart. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, lean back, fall back, go back. Draw your hands down your hamstrings. Inhale, lift back up. Shoot that tailbone back out behind you. With a flat back, slowly come down. When your eye gaze hits the ground, drop your head completely. Keep the bind with your hands and just draw the hands forward towards the front of your mat. Drop the head completely. Maybe you bend the right knee here, bend the left knee, shake it out a little bit. Wake up those hamstrings some more. And then exhale, release the grip of your hands. Inhale, look up and lengthen, hands to shins, back is nice and flat. Exhale, fold it down. Soft bend in the knees, swan dive all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step back into our high plank. Pull that belly button up and in, nice and high, strong, stable plank. Pulling that belly button up and in, holding it, breathing, finding your stability. And from here, shift it forward onto your toes, chaturanga down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, find your down dog. Walk it out. Right leg lifted up. Point that toe towards the sky. 3 times. We're gonna bring that knee into your nose, squeeze. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze. Hold it right here. Place it down in between your hands. Pivot the back foot so the back heel is down. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. And we're gonna cartwheel the hands up right into warrior 2. Sink low into that warrior 2. You're just here for a brief second or two. So sink low, find that stability, feel that quad activate, fire up. And then reverse warrior 2. Bring the palms to face towards out in front of you, and then bring the left hand to the left shin, reverse. Just for a breath, reaching those right fingers back, and then exhale, lift it back up. Straighten that right leg. From here, gonna go right into a triangle sequence. So waking up those hamstrings, those obliques, strengthening them a little bit. So shift the hips back, right leg is straight, left heel again is pigeon-toed slightly inwards. Shoot it forward, and you're gonna bring the right back of the right hand to the inside of the shin or the ankle. Now, a lot of people, what they do here is they bring that left shoulder to face towards the ground. You want to keep opening that left shoulder up, so that those left fingers are going to reach towards the sky. You're looking over that left shoulder, always trying to open your heart towards the sky, continuing to let that light, that love, that positive energy that you want to come into your soul from the universe, let it into you. Open up even further. Every breath, every exhale, you're twisting a little bit deeper. And then exhale, slowly lift back up. Left hand to the left shin, reverse triangle. Both legs stay straight here. Exhale, lift back up. This time, same thing, shift the hips back, come back into your triangle pose. Maybe you stay here and just go a little bit deeper, just like we did before, or maybe you get a little oblique action in here. Bring that left bicep over the ear, and then bring your right bicep to the right ear. Arms are parallel to the ears, arms are parallel to your mat. Again, your left shoulder wants to turn forward here. Keep rolling that open, heart opening towards the sky. You should feel this squeezing through your right oblique. You don't want to collapse into it. You want to squeeze through that core area to hold yourself, stabilize yourself here. One more breath, and then exhale, go right into reverse triangle. Inhale, lift back up. From here, half moon or standing split. So your choice. For half moon, you're gonna bring those right fingertips just about a foot diagonally in front of those right pinky toes. Stare at a point on the ground out in front of you, and you're gonna shoot that left leg up and open that left hip. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Breathe. Keep staring at that point in front of you. Once you move your eye gaze, you are much more likely to wobble and fall. Stay concentrated, stay focused on a stabilized point, and that will help keep you stable. This is half moon. If you want to go into standing split, then maybe both hands stay on the ground. Keep staring at a point on the ground out in front of you. Shoot that left leg up. Drop your forehead towards the shin. So even though the forehead drops towards the shin, your eye gaze still remains forward. If you want to take a bind here, maybe one hand comes to the ankle, maybe two hands. If you come to the ankle, make sure you're pulling on that ankle so the elbows come nice and wide. Keep actively lifting that left leg up. One more breath. Wherever you are, half moon or standing split, or maybe you did both, good for you. If you're in the bind, start to release it, and then bring that left leg back down. Find your high plank. Option for 3 push-ups down here. Chaturanga down. Inhale, lift. Chaturanga down. Inhale, lift. One more time. Chaturanga down. Inhale, lift. Chaturanga, roll right into your up dog. Let go, let it go, let it go. Exhale, come back to down dog. Right leg lifted up, point that toe. Right knee comes to the outside of the right elbow. Lift the knee, just the knee up an inch, lower it an inch. Lift it up an inch, lower it an inch. One more time, lift it up an inch, hold it. Place that right foot down. So the right foot is right next to the arch of the right foot is right next to the palm of your right hand. Back leg is extended, nice and long. Let your hips sink towards the ground. If you want to take a little lizard twist here, you bring that right hand to the inside of the thigh. Don't put the hand on the knee, you don't want to put it on top of the joints. Bring it to the inside of your right thigh and slowly twist it open, looking over that right shoulder. And then come back down. Hands to the ground. You can stay here. You can drop that back knee down and stay here. You can rotate onto the outer edge of the right foot if that doesn't bother your knee. Or maybe you come all the way down to the forearms. Once you're at the forearms, maybe you choose to lift that back knee back up. Your choice. These are just all the different variations that you can choose to do in this pose. Do what your body needs from you. Breathe into it, 4 to 5 breaths here. Let your hips sink. Let your facial muscles relax, your neck relax, let it go. Come back to that intention if your mind started to wander away from it, which is very common. We set an intention for ourselves at the beginning of our practices, and then we let it go because our mind becomes so focused on the physical practice. Oh, what pose are we going into next? Oh, what do I need to hold this balancing pose? And that's totally normal. That's totally good, totally fine. But now, here, come back to that intention. Bring it into you again. Breathe it in. Keep on cultivating it. Don't lose sight of it. One more breath. Slowly come back up to the hands. Shoot that right leg up into the air, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. If you want to flip your dog, you can flip your dog. Bringing that right leg over, lifting the right hand to towards the top of your mat. Exhale, flip it back over. Maybe you choose to do a one-legged vinyasa through or regular, your choice. Chaturanga down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, find your down dog. Walk it out. Inhale, come high on the tippy toes. Soft bend in the knees, walk, step, or jump to a squatted position at the top of our mats. If you need a quick break here, take a quick break, grab a quick sip of water, whatever you need. Got just one more side to go through. One more side. When you're done with your break, come to yogi squat, hands to prayer at heart center. Inhale, lift all the way up. Thumbs cross. Fingers reach towards the sky. Take a little back bend here. And then exhale, swan dive right back down. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, find your high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, find your down dog. Left leg lifted up. Bring that knee to your nose, squeeze. Inhale, lift it back and up. Stretch it towards the sky. Bring it in, squeeze. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze it, hold it, place it down in between your hands. So the hands are framing that left foot. Pivot your back heel down and cartwheel your hands up into warrior two. So from warrior two, you're just here for a brief second again. Make sure that left leg is at a 90-degree angle. Back toes are pivoted slightly inwards, heel is on the ground. Bring your palms to face out in front of you. Reverse warrior two. Right fingers to the right shin. Inhale, lift back up. Straighten that left leg. Shoot the hips back behind you. Shift it forward, back of the left hand comes to the inside of the shin or the ankle. Right hand reaches, looking over that right shoulder. Inhale, lift back up, and reverse triangle. Right fingers to the right shin or calf muscle, whatever you can reach, reaching those left biceps, that left bicep over the ear. Inhale, lift back up. One more time. This time, option for the oblique strengthener here. Come back into triangle. Maybe that right bicep comes over the ear and the arms come parallel to each other. Twisting that torso open, heart open towards the sky still. Don't let your upper body fall forward. Keep yourself stable and strong. Squeezing through that left oblique. Inhale, lift back up right into reverse triangle. And then cartwheel the hands down. Half moon or standing split or both, your choice. Half moon, those left fingers come a little diagonally out in front of those left toes. Shoot that right leg up. Remember, the first thing though is always find a focus point out in front of you to stare at. You're gonna rotate that right quad open and eventually lift the right hand towards the sky. Now I promise you, you will not get into any of these balancing poses if you just try to jump into the full pose. Take it one step at a time. Notice the stability or the wobbliness that you're experiencing and fix each step first. Be in the present. One step at a time. Going into standing split, start with both hands out in front of you. Shoot that right leg high towards the sky. Maybe you take your bind, pulling on that ankle, elbows come wide. Again, still staring at a point out in front of you. If you fall out of these poses, good, you should. We all fall. The point is to get back up again. Have faith in yourself. Push yourself. One more breath. Slowly find your way back to high runner's lunge and high plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let it go. Walk it out, 2 to 3 breaths here. Just let it all go. Remember, if you ever need a child's pose, now is the time to take it. Otherwise, we're going to go right into our hip opener. Left leg lifts up, left knee to the outside of the left elbow. Lift the knee up just an inch, lower. Lift it up just an inch, lower it. One more time, lift it up. Place that left foot down. Next arch of the left foot is right next to your left hand. If you want to take a little twist like we did on the first side, left hand comes to the inside of the thigh. Gently look over that left shoulder just for a breath here. And then slowly come back to center. Options here, maybe that back knee comes down, maybe you come down to the forearms. As long as it doesn't bother your left knee, you can rotate onto the outer edge of that left foot. Breathe, surrender, let it go. In the lunging sequence and when we're moving a little bit faster, standing up especially, strengthening those quads, opening those hips, our heart rate gets up. Here, you're just practicing surrendering. You're just practicing letting go. You're practicing letting that stale air go that's all built up in between each vertebrae of your spine, between your hips, your glutes, your hamstrings. You're letting it go with every breath. So be conscious of that. And the deeper you make your breath, the slower your heart rate will become, and the more you are able to focus on what you are inhaling and what you are exhaling. So make sure you are inhaling what you want to cultivate. What was the intention you set for yourself again today? What do you want to get out of this practice? And exhale everything else that doesn't serve you. If you fell down in half moon pose, let it go. Who cares? It's in the past. It's over. You learned from it. It was a new experience. Slowly after your last exhale here, come back up to your hands. Tuck the right toes under, shoot that left leg up, shake it out. If you did on the first side, balance it out by flipping your dog on this side as well. And then exhale, three-legged or regular vinyasa through. Breathe. Once you get back into your down dog, let it all go. We're moving to the floor now. So let everything that you just did, let it go. It's over, it's done, it's in the past. Inhale, come high on the tippy toes, soften in the knees, walk, step, or jump to a seated position at the top of your mat. Gonna extend the legs out long in front of us. Flex those feet so the toes are reaching back towards your face and the heels are digging into the ground. Inhale, your arms up. You're gonna take your right hand to the outside of the left shin, ankle, or foot, whatever you can reach, and lift that foot about a foot off the ground, a few inches to a foot off the ground. If your knee is bent, that's totally fine. You can get it straight, good. Don't press too hard for it, don't strain that hamstring, but do what your body is telling you can do. Left hand comes back behind you. Maybe you take a little bind, bringing that left hand to the outside of the right hip crease. Wherever you are, a lot of people in this pose, we tend to fall back and kind of arch that spine. Keep sitting upright. Improve that posture. Rooting through the tailbone, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, elongating through that spine and that left leg. Twisting, looking over that left shoulder. One more breath. And then exhale. Place that left foot down, turn back to center. Inhale, both arms up, right into the other side. Left hand comes to the outside of the right shin, ankle, or foot, whatever you can reach. Lift it off the ground. Right hand comes back behind us. Maybe you take that bind and then turn your head so it's over the right shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. Every inhale, you're sitting up a little bit taller. Every exhale, you're twisting a little bit deeper. Release the bind. Lower the foot down. Come back to center. Reverse plank. Bring your hands to right behind your hips. Fingers facing forward. You can keep the heels on the ground and just squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Lift all the way up into the air. Squeeze those triceps. Maybe drop your head back as long as it doesn't bother your neck. And then exhale, slowly come down to the ground. Little bit of core work to end here. Always good to fire up that core, as that again is our soul center, where our stability comes from, our strength, our confidence, our willpower. So let's raise the feet into the air. Arms come above your head. And we're just gonna lift the arms towards the sky, towards the toes. And slowly lower everything down, just to hover if you can. So we're not dropping the feet to the ground, we're not dropping the arms to the ground, we're just hovering about 6 inches off the ground. And then lift back up, squeeze through the core, pull the belly button towards the ground, lower to hover. You should feel that activation, so really make sure your core is the one working here. Lift up, not your head, not your neck. Lower to hover. Lift up, 4 more. Lower to hover, that's 1. Lift up. Lower to hover, that's 2. Squeeze through your triceps as well. Lift up, lower to hover. Last one, lift up right here. 10 little pulses, lift up. Arms reach towards the sky, 2, up 3, up 4, up 5, up 6, up 7, up 8, up 9. Last time, hold it up there, squeeze nice and tight. And then slowly lower down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop, release to the ground. From here, Bring your feet about hips width apart. Final back bend. You know where to go from here. Bridge your wheel. If you know what you're doing in wheel, go for it. Otherwise, bring your heels in towards your glutes. Squeeze through the glutes, lift up. Hands can come under your glutes and hamstrings and grip together, or just maybe you want to keep your hands flat on the ground today, your choice. Or maybe you lift those arms above your head if that feels good. Keep your neck nice and straight, eye gaze towards the sky. You can close the eyes, but keep that neck nice and straight here. Don't be turning side to side. And then slowly lower down. Option for happy baby. Grab onto the outer edges of the feet, bottoms of the feet face towards the sky, and just rock from side to side. Maybe you straddle those legs open if that feels good. And then bring the feet together and bring the feet back to the ground. A little bit different of a spinal twist I want to take with you today. So bring the feet to the outer edges of your mat so the knees are nice and wide apart. And then you're just going to drop the knees over towards the left. Open up the arms to airplane arms and look all the way over to the opposite side. So you're looking over to the right. Keep drawing those knees towards the ground. And then come back to center and drop the knees to the opposite side. Look all the way over to the left. And then slowly come back to center. Anything else you need to do today or you feel like doing physically, go for it. Again, this is your body, your practice. I'm just your guide. Otherwise, extend your legs out in front of you. Hands come down by your side, palms facing up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulders under just slightly so your chest is open, your heart is continuing to open, allowing yourself to let that positivity, that good energy into your soul, into your mind, into your body. Tuck your chin just slightly towards your chest so your neck is nice and long on the mat. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And every exhale, you're feeling something let go. Whether that's in your face. Start with the face. Your facial muscles relaxing. Your jaw is not locked. Your tongue, let it drop to the top of your mouth. Your shoulders melting into the mat. Your fingertips slightly curl in. You're not extending them. You're not putting any energy into anything. Your core, your pelvic floor, through your quads to your knees, down your shins, through your feet to the tips of your toes as they splay slightly outward, letting gravity take them away. And then back up through the bottoms of your feet, through your calves, through your hamstrings, through your glutes, through your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, and your cervical spine, which is your neck all the way back to the crown of your head. Continue to scan your body from head to toe. Every inhale, you're bringing in that intention still. Don't forget about it. Just because we're at the end of our practice does not mean that intention is gone and over with for the day. You're continuously cultivating it. And every exhale, you're feeling the negative energy, whether that's disappointment that you may have come into today's practice with, disappointment, frustration, anger, stress, anxiety. Let it go on every exhale. Let your body surrender on every exhale. Your physical body just melt. And on every inhale, come back to that intention. What do you want to feel like when you get up off your mat and go back into your world? All in your mind, but your mind and your body are connected. So connect them with positive energy, a good intention, happiness, peace, contentment. put a smile on your face. Just softly, gently smile. And that will help create that mood for you. Stay here as long as you need to. I always recommend at least 2 minutes. But the point is, we don't take enough time for ourselves. Even when we are stuck at home in quarantine, we always find something else to do. It takes discipline. It's hard work to really pay attention to ourselves each day. And to do something good for our bodies and our minds and our emotional state of being. But it's the most important thing we can do. So don't feel like you just have to jump up off your mat right now and go back into your world and complete the rest of the things on your to-do list today. Take as much time as you need here. Even if you set the goal for yourself to just be 2 minutes, that's 120 seconds of your day. That's it, 120 seconds. Just allow your mind to wander and notice the thoughts, the emotional sensations, the physical sensations that are going on inside of you. Be aware of them. Once we're aware of this stuff, which it takes time, it takes practice, it takes discipline to be aware. But once we are aware of what's going on within us, we have the ability to change it for the better. Embrace this moment. Connect with yourself. Find happiness, peace, and contentment. When you're ready to reawaken the physical body, slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rock the head from side to side. Circle the wrists and the ankles one way, and then the other way. And then take a nice deep morning stretch as you reach the arms back behind you, stretch the toes forward, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, a tight squeeze. And then slowly come up to a seated position at the top of your mat. When you get here, you're not just slouched over. You're sitting up nice and tall with that core strengthened and exerting outwards. Your heart a little bit more humble. You've created more love for yourself. Your hips are relaxed. Your tailbone is rooted into the ground, knowing that you have that support beneath you. Crown of the head is reaching towards the sky, knowing that you have the world working for you if you believe that. Inhale, arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you all for practicing with me today. I hope you all are well. I hope your family and friends are well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys all again soon. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day.